Welcome to Iron Reviews, a show where I review Marvel and DC Comics, and today I review Civil War II, Issue 1. The comic begins with Ulysses running away from something in the forest, and then Ulysses is confronted by the Inhumans, who are here to help him. We move on to Manhattan weeks later as we see the all-new, all-different Avengers are the first to confront the giant Celestial, attacking New York. Then we hear a sonic boom coming in, and Iron Man informs the Avengers that Thor has arrived, and that means the Cavalry has arrived in the form of the X-Men, Inhumans, Ultimates, and everyone else. While all the teams are handling with the giant Celestial and his minions, a group of sorcerers comprising of Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Wiccan, Hellfire, Dr. Voodoo, and Shaman are preparing a spell to send both the giant Celestial and his minions back to the dimension where he came from. And the sorcerers inform the heroes that they are going to activate the spell, so all the heroes move out of the way. And so the sorcerers activate their spell to send the Celestial back, and they successfully do it by save everyone from the giant. We then go to Stark Towers, where everyone is celebrating about their victory, and Tony gives a toast to everyone and to the Inhumans for helping them with knowing the Celestial is coming. And then we go to Captain Marvel and She-Hulk, and them discussing about how the Inhumans knew this was going to happen. And so they both go to Medusa, the Inhuman Queen, and ask her how the Inhumans knew this threat was coming today. And the Inhumans show some of the heroes in the kitchen how they knew, and how they knew about this threat, and introduced the heroes to Ulysses, the Inhuman that foresaw this coming and helped the heroes of combating this threat. Then they talk about how Ulysses' powers work and how he sees visions. Ulysses doesn't know how to describe it much, but so the heroes get Jean Grey of the X-Men to read Ulysses' mind, and so she can show them all what he sees. But when she tries to read his mind, it is blank, and Jean Grey cannot read his mind, and Jean Grey telling all the heroes that his mind is a closed mind, so no psychic can read him. Carol Danvers wants to recruit allies for her team, but Stark finds this interesting, and Carol wants to know why. So Tony says that he is worried about this Inhuman because he can somehow see into the future, and his mind is closed to all psychics. And Tony says that his power sees possible futures, and they don't really understand how his power works. But Rhodey and Carol say that it wasn't a possible future, it was going to happen, with Tony saying that is because they stopped the threat. That's why this is a possible future. The hero's not able to look into Ulysses' mind, still want to know how his powers work and what happens. So Ulysses explains every time he gets a vision. Not only does he see the possible future, but he also experiences the future as well, and makes him feel that's like real life. But the Karnak and the Inhumans have helped him control his powers and learned how to use them. So then Tony states, what if Ulysses sees a vision of one of the heroes doing something bad? Do they just arrest the hero even though that event hasn't happened yet? Or do they just allow this event to happen and see if Ulysses' vision comes true? Captain Marvel says that wouldn't happen, but Tony is worried and leaves the room to go back to the party. 3 weeks later, at New Attilan, we see Ulysses having another vision, and Medusa goes to Ulysses, asking him what's wrong, and Ulysses saying to contact the Ultimates. We then go to Tony's lab, where we see Mary Jane go to Tony to inform him of what happened to Rhodey, and tells Tony that Rhodey is dead. Enraged, Tony flies to the Triskelion to speak with the Ultimates about Rhodey. Then Tony finds Rhodey's body and Rhodey's armor broken and destroyed. Angry, Tony demands to speak with Carol Danvers about this and finds her in the room, comforting an injured She-Hulk. Tony is wondering if she will be alright, but Carol says that the doctors don't know what to do. She-Hulk's biology is very different and the mechs don't understand it. But Tony then asks what happened and says that Thanos and came back and wanted the cosmic cube. The Ultimates stopped him by a cost. Then Tony wonders how they knew this was going to happen, and Carol says that it was Ulysses who told the Ultimates about his vision. Tony blames Carol for killing Rhodey, but Carol says that he knew what he was getting into. He knew the risks. But Tony is still mad at all this and wants to know where Thanos is, and Carol says that he is in a holding cell, and Tony leaves, flying to New Attilan to confront Ulysses. And before Carol can stop him, She-Hulk stops her, and with the words that She-Hulk can spit out, tells Carol that it's their future, not his, and to fight for it. And then she flatlines, and She-Hulk dies on the bed. Civil War II Issue 1 has to be a great start to this whole event. I mean, really, this was awesome. I like the argument during this book and where they talk about what if Ulysses has a vision of a hero doing something bad? Do they just stop them immediately or do nothing at all? And I really did like that argument, and that made a lot of good points on both sides. I also liked the beginning showing mostly all the different teams and heroes working and fighting together and showing, hey, they're all still friends and they fight against this Celestial. And it kind of sucks that the Celestial left. He was just there for kind of a few pages. I mean, maybe he'll come back in the future. I don't know. It was also sad that She-Hulk and War Machine died. I mean, these two heroes weren't really my favorite heroes, but I did like these heroes. And I didn't really like that they died. And I really like the ending, how Tony is enraged and flies to Ulysses, and She-Hulk saying her last words to Carol, and that was very nice. I really did like that. Overall, this was a great book with great art, and I highly recommend this story. This was a great book, great art, with great story, all of it. And for people who want to know what side I'm on for Civil War 2, I'm on Team Iron Man. Thanks for watching this Iron review, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Iron reviews. Check out my Twitter at IronHulk018. I'm August, and I will see you next time.